Hello and welcome to the Success Story series. Today I have with me Mukesh Dogra, who recently took the Ielts test and was able to score a great band score. So over to you, Mukesh. Please introduce yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Sanjita. Thanks for introducing me. Hi, my name is Mukesh Dogra. I am senior professional for the last many years working with a multinational. I lived abroad for many years of my life and now looking forward to my PR for Canada. And that was the purpose why I took IELTS exam.
All right. And what was your score in the Ielts test?
Um, Thanks, Sanjita, for all your support. My score in IELTS exam was that I got in listening 8, reading 7.5, speaking 7, and writing 7.5. Overall, my score is 7.5. My objective was to score 8,777. That is what I was aiming for. I haven't taken IELTS earlier, so I was worried how to do it because I'm professional, don't have much time to do. Then I somehow stumbled upon your masterclass, Sanjita, and I said, okay, let me take this masterclass. And the moment I took your class, that was my first class. I said, okay, I think I'm in right hands, and that is how I approach you. And I think you remember that I told you initially that I need specific band in specific amount of time and with my kind of background. And thank you, it happened. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for choosing us. Thank you so much for trusting in Prep Eve. And you have succeeded. So you have scored more than 8,777. And we would like to know your strategies now. So, how did you prepare for each and every module, the time spent, or in general, what were your strategies like?
Yes. I think that is the most important question for anybody who is serious about taking IELTS. I mean, and especially I will talk about firstly, I'll talk about people, those who are professionals, who are working for many years, like my category. I'll talk about them, and then I'll come to the other category.
Sure, sure.
My this was the biggest thing which I had because some people, most of us, like we are professionals, we talk in English, we are all well traveled. Most of us, we are well traveled. We are our medium in school was English. So there is a very strong feeling. English, I know. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm doing it day in day out. What is the big?
Yeah.
But fortunately, me being a little bit on the academic side, serious on the academic side, I knew that exam is exam at the end of the day. Any exam requires particular strategy, even if it's a very small one. So that mindset I had from the beginning. And my reason for joining and coming to you was I think if you remember in the beginning when we had initial chat, I said, Sanjita, I want some clues, specific clues, how to attend to particular section. I don't have time to get into myself. So listening, I'll talk about listening first. And listening, I think my strategy after talking with you, doing so many tests along with you was that one has to have a very good sense of skimming, how to skim the question when it comes in front of you. You can't make any sense out of it, but skim it, record in your mind as much as you can, especially what is before that particular fill in the blanks, what exactly that question is asking for. That's it. You can't do more than that. And the second thing is you have to be very active in listening. I mean, anybody who is not used to a foreign accent, of course, they have to become used to that. But in my case, that was not a problem. So you have to actively engage your one side of your brain into listening. One cannot afford to lose track of what they are talking. And then the second thing, the most important thing is keeping the balance between listening and writing at the same time. So I think the strategy will be skim it quickly, record as much as you can record in your random access memory of your brain, and then listen to questions and then keep noting down there. And as you very rightly said, honestly, I missed one or two fill in the blanks because I couldn't make it where they have reached while talking to me. But as you said, I just skipped them and I made one specific note on the side what exactly they're talking about, and I moved on. And later on, I came back and I filled them up. Looks like it worked. So that was a strategy for listening. Reading, is a requires a different kind of skill. I mean, it definitely it depends on the section. For example, if it is matching heading, the kind of paper examination paper I had was quite complex. I had very lengthy paragraph to match the headings, and so that was a big thing. So my strategy for the reading was again skim it, because in reading, if you want to read each and every line, understand the context, then on go to questions, it will be difficult. Go to questions first, that is a strategy. Read questions, come back to the tons of information in paragraphs, go and fetch the information, again come back, go fetch the information, again come back. So that was my strategy for reading. Speaking, I think we did a good practice with you. I got rid of. I'm quite okay in speaking. I'm a public speaker. I have done many public speaking courses. Blah blah blah. I give presentations to board management, all that. But despite that, when I was working with you, I realized that how many things are there to improve. For example, arms, and putting your thoughts together in a short format. So the strategy which I used for speaking was that 1 minute is very precious, which they give it to you after the cue card. One should utilize that 1 minute, even if you know the subject, even if you're confident. Don't lose that 1 minute. That is very precious. That is your time. That is a gift to you from Ielts. Use that structure it. And I can't emphasize what you helped me was that you said, Mukesh, pick two points. So that's exactly what I do. The subject which I was given was such a favorite subject. I could keep on talking for hours and hours. But then I just picked up very few 1 or 2 points, and then I just left it, elaborated on them. Then I think examiner is looking for how comfortable you are with English, spoken English, naturally. I mean, they are not looking forward to want some uh, memorized sentences and some. No, they are not looking for that. They are interested. They will probe you. They will make it difficult for you and bring you to the level where your natural pronunciation, natural vocabulary comes out. So try to improve that one. So in terms of speaking, use that 1 minute, structure your thoughts, and go with the fluency. That is one thing. And second is your voice modulation. Make it natural. Make it as if you're talking to somebody outside your examination hall. You're talking to a friend or somebody explaining it to you. That mindset really helps. And the last one was, of course, which one? Yeah, writing. Again, it was a very big misconception. We write emails, hundreds of emails every day, and I thought, I am champion in writing, but I can't thank but I can't thank you. I felt honestly, I felt very frustrated in the beginning when you used to say, Mukesh, why you write like this? Why you and
I've never said that. I've always been like, I know you can do better. I'm sure I've never framed that sentence.
and the strategy was very clear. It was, I mean, still remember that strategy was you explain your point, pick up 2 points for if you first you agree, disagree, you pick up your point, you provide explanation for that point, give example for that point. And I would recommend anybody who is serious about taking IELTS to go through the marking rubric. That really helps. For example, what exactly are they looking for? Lexical
And
ability,
yeah.
grammar, vocabulary, and all those. I don't think any of these are going to be anything new for anybody who wants to know about IELTS or listening to this video. But all I can say is that yes, this matters a lot. And I'll come to the last part of it is that even if one is very strong, even if one is very good in English, I'll still say that I'm not doing any I'll say marketing for you guys, but I'll still say that one should go and spend some time with learned, experienced people like yourself, and spend. It really helps. It really helps to brush up your knowledge in short amount of time and make you focused for the exam.
Thank you so much, Mukesh, for such wonderful strategies. You've actually summed up everything that was taught during the sessions, and you've conveyed it in, I mean, I guess 2 minutes. So I'll just kind of mention the highlights that I picked up from all the modules. The very first one from listening was to move on if you miss out on a question. That is a very important strategy that I want you guys to listen if you missed out when he was telling it. Do not fixate on one question. If you do that, you'll miss out on the rest of the conversation and you'll not be able to answer next couple of questions as well, which will lead to panic. So that will also impact your subsequent modules, the next modules that you'll be taking after listening. So that is one very important thing. When it comes to reading, of course, it's very basic that you have to first read the questions and then get back to the text. And one thing that Mukesh just told me, since he's taken the test like 2 weeks ago, I guess. So he just
Yes.
mentioned that these days the length of the text or the length of the passages is too long. So to avoid reading each and every sentence, you first have to locate the keywords and look for that keywords. And as he rightly mentioned, fetch the information that is relevant from the text and not read everything. This is not a novel. It's not, a storybook that you're reading that you have to go through everything. You're just there to answer the questions that are given to you in the test. And that is all that is needed. You just have to find the right answer, not understand everything or memorize anything. Moving on to speaking, again, one very important thing is to utilize the 1 minute that you have during the cue card round and limit yourself. So this is something I used to tell Mukesh repeatedly for both writing as well as speaking, that since he's a very experienced person, right? He's experienced, he has experience in his professional life. He's been to so many different countries and also, I mean, interacted with a lot of people of different age groups. He had a lot of content with him. So he could literally write thousands of words in a writing test. And in case of speaking, he could go on speaking for 10 minutes also for one question. So the agenda was to make it concise but relevant. So you don't have to speak a lot. You just have to speak what is relevant and you have to express that limited information that you are going to say beautifully. That's it. You have to express yourself in limited words, but you have to express it in such a manner that it kind of helps you focus on all the four parameters in both writing as well as speaking. That's it. So do not feel that you need to have a lot of knowledge, because at the end of the day, it's not a test of your IQ, it's not a test of your knowledge, it's a test of how well you can speak in English, write in English, and of course, listen and read as well. So that should be the focus. Do not think of it as any other intelligence test. It's a test of your command over the English language. That's it. So thank you so much. I just picked up the important ones from all the modules because I really wanted to pinpoint these, because these are really, really crucial. And a lot of times students and candidates miss out on this specific information. And that is where it backfires. Okay, moving on to my next question, whether it was paper-based or computer delivered.
Sanjita, I chose computer-based test because it has been long time since I used my handwriting. So mine was computer-based.
Yeah, I guess you're from the IT background, so that's another
Yes.
reason you use your laptops and PCs a lot. So again, it's personal preference. A lot of students ask me which one is better. So everything is exactly the same. I keep saying the same thing in all my videos. There's no difference in the paper-based and computer-delivered test. It's just the mode of administration that's different. Everything else in all the modules is exactly the same. So thank you so much, Mukesh. Any parting words, any piece of advice for the students who will be taking the test in the next couple of weeks? Maybe something outside the strategies, how to deal with examination anxiety? Because I know even at this age, after so much of experience, you had some amount of jitters. You discussed it with me. So yeah, please go on.
I think, yeah, very well said, Sanjita. Anybody who's going to take exam in next 1 week's time, I'll say 50% of IELTS exam. If you ask me, it's my personal opinion. I didn't read anywhere. 50% of your success and score in IELTS exam depends on how comfortable, cool, relaxed, confident you are before examination. When you sit in front of your computer there, or when you have your written paper in front of you, you should not have any kind of anxiety at that point in time. So what I did was, my strategy was that one day before exam, I didn't do anything. I just left it one day before. 24 hours before that, I was completely relaxed. I just did what I wanted to, went to park, exercise, things like that. And when I reached examination center, I had confidence that yes, I I have done justice. I have done my part. I have done my hard work. I have been with you, with Preppy, with Sanjita. I have spent so much time. So I know everything. And now it's a time to perform. So I was completely relaxed. Managing yourself, managing not getting into panic mode, as you said, while listening, anxiety, keeping anxiety level very low, is a 50% of the job, I'm telling you, when you give exam. So be comfortable, take it easy, and I'm sure you guys will succeed. Anybody who's going to take exam, because anybody who is watching this video is already serious about it, so I'm sure he or she is going to do well.
Absolutely. So this goes for any exam, regardless of it being IELTS or anything, any other exam. You need to calm yourself down. If you are very nervous, you lose your focus and attention in case of both listening as well as reading, and that would again lead to panic. So please do not do that. Calm yourself down and have faith in the strategies that you have learned over the period of time, the mock test that you have practiced, and stay confident. That's about it.
Absolutely. And since I just wanted to say, as I said, this is for experienced people. I saw in examination hall while going for speaking test and other tests, there were good amount of people, those who were students, they just came out from colleges, freshers, and
Mhm.
I could see them, I could see that their faces were white and they were sitting very still, and some of them murmuring something in their mouth, and
Memorizing
they were,
problem.
I think they were quite tense, they were very tense. So my advice to younger lot is that please relax, be natural, whatever
Easier
you have
said
to
than done. Easier said than
do.
done. But yeah, of course, that is something you have to keep in mind. That comes with practice. And also, if you talk to a trained professional, they can, guide you how you have to uh, approach the exam. It's also another thing I would like to add here. Apart from just teaching the strategies or helping you with mock tests, we also kind of motivate you and prep you up before the test as well, because we don't want you to have all the strategies, all the theoretical knowledge, but you're not able to apply it because you panicked during the test or you're really nervous. So that is something that we make sure of, that each and every student who's nervous before the test gets a pep talk, and they're confident in the test. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I still remember my last sentence with you when one day before exam, you said, Mukesh, I am sure you will do well, you will score very well. And honestly, I'm not saying it for the sake of it, but that really helped a lot. I mean, because once I had your backing that, okay, Mukesh, you will do well. And that's kept resonating in my mind when I was sitting there in the waiting for exam. So it helps.
Glad.
And I can't, one last thing before we go, I can't emphasize to anybody who wants to take IS is please take I won't say, I'm not selling any course, I'm not being paid for this thing, but I will still say from my experience, go talk to professionals like Sanjita or anybody who are interested in. Take some course, some advice. These people are professionals. They really help a lot, and I can't emphasize more here on this talk. They really help to make you focused and excel in the exam. And this is actually very, very helpful.
Thank you so much, Mukesh. And this is something I also say, even if you don't want to join us because of whatsoever reason, XYZ reason, join any institute that you have faith and trust in, because some guidance from a trained professional is always valuable, even if it's for a couple of days or let's say 10 days. That's more than enough to guide you to help you, kind of find a path to follow. That's it.
Yes.
So that's something that you have to invest your time and energy into, so that you don't have to keep retaking the test time and again, and you manage to get the desired band scores in the first attempt. So thank you so much, Mukesh, for your time. Thank you so much for such kind words. And ultimately, I cannot thank you enough for trusting in Prep Eve. You've said this time and again during this particular interview, that you found us professional, this and that, but coming from a person like you, I really respect you. You are, I mean, I guess I haven't taught someone as senior as you, and it was lovely training you, lovely teaching you, and all all the best for your future. See you very soon in Canada. See you.
Yes, looking forward it, Sanjita. Thank you very much. Thank you. So nice
Thank
of
you
you.
so much for your precious time. Thank you.
Thank you.